Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Yatah Sarvani Bhutani Pratibhanti Titani Cha Yatreva Pasamamayanti Tasmai Satyatane Namaha. Jnata Jnanam Tatha Jayam Drashta Darsana Karta Etu Kriya Jasmat Tasmai Gyamtyatane Namaha. Sfuranti Sikara Jasmat Ananda Sambare Bano Sarve Sam Jivanam Tasmai Brahmanandatvane Namaha. Brahmanandatvane Namaha. Om Vedodadhim Samunamatya Jnanaratnam Samudritam Yena Tasmai Vasistaya Gurunam Gurave Namaha. Vasistha2 Bhagavan ki Jai. Sadguru Bhagavan ki Jai. Satchidananda Bhagavan ki Jai. Sabda Brahma ki Jai. Saraswati Maharani ki Jai. Yoga Vasistha2 Bhagavan ki Jai. Hari Om. हम योग वशिष्ठ का निर्वाण प्रकरण का we are looking and discussing on Yoga Vasistha Nirvana Prakaran first half and 81st chapter. In that we are continuing the story of Chudala and Sikhidhwaj, and in that the Guru Vasistha, he explains about spacewalk to Rama. Walking means not only by foot, but it means having contact with, relationship with the invisible beings who dwell in the subtle worlds. That is the meaning of spacewalking. And here we were discussing about the Kundalini power. Kundalini power is name of the supreme power, the energy, the primordial energy, which is divided into many groups of 5, and it works in the whole creation and also in the same way in the body, individual body. Individuality and universality has got no difference here. The Kundalini power works throughout, and that is Otherwise also, if seen from different angle, it is understood as the pranic energy, the movement of the prana. So it works in the body, individual body, and it activates all the network of the nerve system in the body. And when there is disbalance in the working system, it happens by disbalance in the pranic energy, the heat, and the water energy. Vata, Pitta, Kapha. In this way, when it works dissimilarly, irregularly, then diseases appear. And when there will be harmony, then there will not be any disease in the body. And we have discussed many kinds of causes for the disease from Ayurvedic point of view and from other point of view. We have seen it, and we are discussing also about the cure of disease. All these we have already discussed. And the diseases are of two kinds. One is mental, other is physical. Of course, the verbal disease is there, it is included both ways, mental and physical. Using words or language which is harmful to you and to others also. In this way, we have discussed the two types of diseases and its cure also. Guru Vasistha ji is telling, है श्री राम जी, जैसे वर्षा काल की नदी अपने तट के सभी वृक्षों को जड़ से उजाड़ फेंकती है, वैसे ही संपूर्ण आधि और व्याधियों के विलासों को जड़ से उखाड़ फेंकने वाला जन्मादि विकारों का मूल अज्ञान रूपी व्याधि का क्षय ही है. So in essence we have seen till now the root cause for all kinds of mental and physical diseases are only ignorance, not knowing the reality. How not knowing the reality means not knowing the causes, how it has become disordered, and how to make it orderly. In this way, misunderstanding or not knowing the reality is called ignorance. That ignorance is the root cause for all kinds of all the disease. सामान्य व्याधियों तो आयुर्वेदिक औषधियों तथा अन्य आदि शुभ कर्मों से अथवा वृद्धों की परंपरा से कथित औषधों से नष्ट होती हैं. General, some common diseases can be cured by the medicines and by the experience of the elderly persons and by good deeds. In that way we can cure all the common diseases. Now we shall see Sri Ram ji लोलार्क आदि तीर्थों में स्नान मंत्र औषध आदि उपाय वृद्धजनों से प्राप्त हुई औषधियाँ तथा आयुर्वेद शास्त्र तो आप स्वयं खूब जानते हैं। इनसे अतिरिक्त और मैं क्या आपको उपदेश दूँ? वशिष्ठ जी टेलिंग राम जी, Ram, you know all sorts of medicines prescribed by Ayurvedic science, and going to places of pilgrimage, doing some meritorious deeds. That is cure of common diseases that you know. What else I can tell you? श्री राम ये बोल रहे हैं, आधियों से व्याधियों के कैसे उत्पन्न होते हैं और उनकी कैसे चिकित्सा की जाती है, वह श्री रामचंद्र जी पूछते हैं कि गुरु और आधि से कैसे व्याधि उत्पन्न होती है और औषध से भिन्न मंत्र पुण्य आदि रूप युक्ति से वह कैसे नष्ट होती है। So Ramchandra ji had the question. Vasistha ji told in between that sometimes the physical diseases are caused by mental disorderness. Mental diseases cause the physical diseases. So now Ramji asks on this how it happens, how the mental diseases become cause for the physical diseases, and of course you told many ways of curing it. Now can you tell me? Of course, by medicines it will be cured, everybody knows. But how by other means, that is, by mantra, by good deeds, and by other techniques, all these diseases get cured? That can you tell me, all great knowledgeable person? वशिष्ठ जी महाराज ने कहा है, श्री राम जी first of all I shall tell you how the physical diseases are caused by mental diseases. He says, हे श्री राम जी, मानसिक पीड़ाओं से चित्त के व्याकुल हो जाने पर शरीर अत्यधिक क्षुब्ध हो जाता है, इसलिए क्रोधी जंतु अपने आगे का प्रशस्त मार्ग नहीं देख पाता। He says, when there is disorder in thought process, that is mind, in fourfold form, when it works disharmoniously, then what happens? The chitta, the subconscious mind, gets disturbed. So that is the seed, that is what gives the tendency to act in a particular way, a push to go ahead to all the organs of the body. That is the subtlemost part of the mind. when it gets disordered, then it cannot prompt, it cannot give a push to all the organs of the body to act in a particular systematized way, because it is itself disturbed. So, there will be some misbalance in prompting the different parts of the body. Naturally, we have seen, everybody experiences it. When there is too much annoyance, anger, or greediness, or too much of fear, all these lower qualities, negative qualities of the body, mind, the man is unable to think properly. He will be unable to see ahead future, and he forgets the past, and at present he becomes unable to decide what to do, what not. In this way, the body parts will act in misbalanced way. So naturally there will be diseases. सन्मुख मार्ग को न देखकर कुमार्ग की ओर उस तरह दौड़ता है जिस तरह बाण से घायल हुआ हरिण अपने प्रकृत मार्ग का छोड़कर अन्य मार्ग की ओर दौड़ता है. When one is unable to see the front, means the future, what will happen next, so he gets rid of the track. He gets derailed from the track. And naturally, when one adopts some wrong paths, the result will be wrong also. That is called disease. Just as the wild deer gets hurt by an arrow and runs aimlessly, it doesn't know where to go and what to do. So naturally it gives up its safety way and runs in the wrong path. So naturally he gets as a prey to its hunter or the lion or others. सन्मुख मार्ग को न देखकर कुमार्ग के ओर उस तरह दौड़ता है जिस तरह बाण से घायल हुआ हरिण अपने प्रकृत मार्ग का छोड़कर अन्य मार्ग की ओर दौड़ता है. He loses his safety path and he acts useless works. He goes in a useless path. As a result, he gets the diseases. The body acts disorderly. मानसिक पीड़ाओं से संक्षिप्त हुए प्राणवायु अपनी क्षमता को छोड़कर शरीर में विरुद्ध मार्ग में ऐसे बहते हैं जैसे हाथी के प्रवेश से क्षुब्ध हुए जल नदी के तट में विरुद्ध मार्ग में बहते हैं। When a big elephant enters into a small river for taking bath or just playing in the water, the small rivulet gets different way, different flow. It doesn't flow in the particular course. Similarly, when the mind gets disturbed, the body gives up its proper path and it does all those useless things. प्राणवायु के विषम बहने पर कफ पित्त आदि के भर जाने से विषम स्थान में नाड़ियाँ ऐसे पहुँच जाती हैं जैसे राजा के अव्यवस्थित हो जाने पर वर्णाश्रम की मर्यादा विषम स्थान में पहुँच जाती है। He goes on giving beautiful examples how disorder happens. He says when the mind is disordered, so naturally there will be disorder in the breathing system, and as a result the air element and fire and water element in the body works disorderly, and that's how the nerve system also doesn't work properly. It works in a disturbed way. So naturally there will be diseases. प्राणवायु को विषमता द्वारा शरीर के प्राणवायु की विषमता द्वारा शरीर के विह्वल कर दिए जाने पर नदी के स्रोत की तरह कोई नाड़ियाँ तो अत्यधिक पूर्ण हो जाती है और कोई बिल्कुल खाली पड़ जाती है। Just as the hilly rivers get overflowed in rainy season and in summer season it dries up. Similarly, when there is a disharmony in the breathing system, naturally the nerve systems also sometimes overflow with the sap of food, and sometimes it gets dried up, so they don't do proper duties. प्राणवायु के संचार का क्रम बिगड़ जाने से भोजन किया गया अन्न कुजीर्णता, अजीर्णता या अतिजीर्णता रूप दोष को ही प्राप्त होता है। प्राणवायु जब बिगड़ जाता है तो कभी बहुत हजम हो जाता है, बहुत भूख लगता है, कभी बिल्कुल भूख नहीं लगता है, कभी खाया हुआ भोजन तो हजम नहीं होता है। इस प्रकार भोजन में दोष पैदा हो जाता है। When the prana doesn't work properly, the eaten food doesn't get digested, sometimes over digestion and sometimes indigestion. In this way, when the food is not digested properly, naturally there will be diseases. समान नाम का प्राणवायु भुक्त अन्न को रस बनाकर संपूर्ण शरीर में अपने अपनी जगह में ठीक तरह से ऐसे पहुंचा देता है जैसे नदी का वेग पूर्व दिशा में काष्ठ को पहुंचा देता है। समान नाम का प्राणवायु। We have seen the upon part of the breathing system. It works below the navel and upper part of the navel is under the management of pranavayu. But samanvayu works in the central point, navel area. And what does it do? When the prana and apan get together and digest the eaten food in the stomach, the samana works to supply the food juice by the nerve system to the different parts of the body properly in a particular सिस्टम। समान नाम का प्राणवायु भुक्तान्नों को रस बनाकर संपूर्ण शरीर में अपनी अपनी जगह में ठीक तरह से ऐसा पहुंचा देता है जैसे नदी का वेग पूर्व दिशा में काष्ठ को पहुंचा देता है। जस्ट एज द फ्लोटिंग logs of woods are get into the particular spot by the river water. In the same way, saman vayu does the work of supplying the food juice into different parts of the body. निरोध से जो अन्न शरीर के भीतर स्थित रहते हैं वे ही बाध्य रूप में परिणत हो जाते हैं, क्योंकि धातु की विषमता रूप परिणाम कर देना उनका स्वभाव है। धातु की विषमता रूप परिणाम कर देना उनका स्वभाव है। Why it happens so? Why the saman vayu doesn't do its work properly, and why all the fluid is not supplied properly to the particular areas of the body? Because the nature of the saman vayu is like that. Nature, every object has its nature. So when it is disturbed itself, naturally it will not work properly. This is the natural process. When you feel very much tired or you are not you have no good health, naturally, if you are forced to do something, that work will be done disorderly, haphazardly. That is nature of the body. इस तरह आधि से व्याधि उत्पन्न होती है. In this way, when the mind is disturbed, the body gets disturbed. और आधि के अभाव से व्याधि भी नष्ट हो जाती है. And in this way, when the mental diseases are cured completely, that means mind works properly, mind thinks properly, then there will not be any physical diseases. और हे श्री रामचंद्र जी, जिस प्रकार मंत्रों से व्याधियां भी नष्ट होती हैं, यह भी क्रम आप सुन लीजिए. Now Vasistha ji, having explaining the cause of mental disease for the physical disease, he explains how the mantras cure the mental and physical disease both. जिस तरह हरे के फल स्वभावतः विरेचन रूप कार्य करते हैं, यानी दस्त पैदा करते हैं, उसी तरह वायु, अग्नि, पृथ्वी, जल आदि के बीज रूप य, र, ल, व आदि मंत्रों के वर्ण भी मांत्रिक भावना के वश से नाड़ियों में रोगाकार परिणत अन्नरसों का उच्चारण, पाचन आदि कार्य करते हैं. Now we enter into some thick, thorny bushes. Now be attentive. We have to see the total anatomical study of the body with the sound and the vibration created by wind. That we have to understand analytically, anatomically, and comparatively, how the sound is created by the how the words are created by the sound, and sound is nothing but the vibratory system which is created by wind. You see how the mantras are created. Mantras are nothing but the words or alphabets which are composed in a particular systematic scientific way, which will have that type of particular vibration everywhere, not only in the mind or body of a being, but also in the whole universe. Everywhere the vibration will have other vibration. That means the effect of the vibration. Action will have reaction. So one vibration will be vibrated by the other vibration. That is the law of nature. We know the creation is nothing but a vibratory system. Will you have it without forgetting in the mind? This is the basic principle. The whole creation, which runs on the formula of basic formula of action have reaction, that is nothing but a vibratory system. And vibratory system is nothing but disharmony in the harmonious balanced state of the absolute. And that is created by sound only. We know the sky or the ether is the first element which is the cause for other elements, and they get together in 5 ways, 5 mixtures, and the objects are made. Those objects are of sound and matter also, both way. Sound creates sound, sound creates other energy also. Electricity is an energy. Electricity gives rise to other kind of electricity also. And electricity can also create magnets and sound and light and other energy it can create. So, different directions. The sound will be created by sound, and other energies also are created by sound. Sound means don't take the words or what we hear. Not only that, touch also is sound. Is it complicated now to understand? Because sound is vibration. So without vibration we cannot touch. And touch is the effect of the wind element, isn't it? And wind is sound, wind is touch also. So this vibratory system is all the five units of senses, or the basic elements. Wind is there in the sky, in the air, in the fire, in the water, in the earth. Everything is present in everything. All the 5 are present in all the 5. But ratio will be different. Degrees will be different. That is how we have to take everything together. Then we can have relationship. We can see the relationship with relationship of wind and sound, prana and the sound, the words or whatever sound we hear. Sound also has a different reaction of sound also.
Vibration created by any impact.
Yes. So everything is vibratory system. So just as one sound resounds in different ways, in mic also we see, oh. Yes. So everything is vibrations only. This basic principle, if is before us, then everything is related with everything. That will be clear to us. Touch is vibration, sound is vibration, seeing, vision is also vibration, motion is vibration. So taste also is vibration only. Everything is vibration. On this basis only the great declaration of the modern science, which we know and declared it long before, that energy plays the game here. The whole universe is nothing but the play of energy. Energy is present at all conditions, in all time, in all ways, by all means. Energy is everything. Creation means energy, play of energy. So in this way, if we understand now, see, the wind, when the sky, which is seen or taken for granted, that sky is stable, commonly we understand, but it is not really stable. It also a vibratory system, because sound when expands, then it takes the form of sky. And that's how the sky is the element of the tanmatra sound. Yes.
So Maharaj, should we understand it relatively? There are no any solid bodies
Why?
because it is only because of sound which is packed.
When sound get together, they get solidified and they are called bodies. That is called creation. Why there will not be bodies? Body means matter, any form, any being, whether living or non-living, that doesn't matter. It is a matter. Other things are not matter.
Solid is also combination of all five.
Pardon?
Solid is combination of
All the subtleness is vibration. Don't give up any particular point. Everything should be before us. Then everything will be clear. Now in this way, when the sound has become taken the form of language or alphabets, how the alphabets are made? When the sound takes a form, how does it take a form? We create the form sometimes when in the beginning of history of language, when you heard some sound from the time immemorial, nobody knows when all these alphabets are thought over. you heard some sound and you thought of some form of it, and just as
To appear in some form.
yes, our imagination only gives the form. We imagine it.
But it is exactly scientific. People have practiced.
This is called science, whatever we are discussing. What else? In this plain paper there is vibration, which is not visible. Now, I heard some sound. Woo! Woo! I gave this form to this sound. Do you see, my dear invisible beings? Are you able to see? I heard some sound, and I gave this form to this. When we hear these songs, nowadays we see the vibratory system just like scanning system, isn't it? I gave this form to this sound. Okay? I gave this form to Kum, and you agreed to it. So this becomes the alphabet of Kum. This is the sound. This is the form of that particular sound. Of course, it has got some solid cause for it. So this, in the beginning there is little higher vibration, and slowly it subsides. It subsides. So in this way I gave the form. I imagined, and imagination also vibratory system. Don't forget it. This vibration took form like this by some other my mental vibration. Okay? And sound also I created by my mouth, or I heard from some other touching. When two vibrations they clash against each other, the sound is formed. Understood now? In this way, if I say, hey! So this is the form given by somebody and accepted by many, a group. Then it has become the alphabet A in English language only. Somebody gave the form and a group of people agreed to it, followed it, used it. So it became a it became then, it is when used, it became the language, and we hear it, we write it, and we understand it, because it is taken for granted. In this way, the alphabets are made first in the mental level, and then in the form level, and then in the language level, relative transactions. In this way, the language system and the sound and its form. So what he says, when these five elements, sky, air, fire, water, earth, The grossest is the earth, subtlemost is the sky. They are present in each other in different ratios, and when they clash against each other, in this way sound is produced. Everywhere there is sound because sky is all-pervading, which is the holder of the sound or the magnification or the expansion of the sound only. Now, all these, because the air is present in sky, in the fire, in water, in earth also. So when air tosses against each other, sound is produced. So the first sounds are called bija mantra, the seed form of the sound. So the different 5 elements have 5 seed form of the sound. They are they are called what?
The result of
Fire, yes.
The result of a meshing air and fire is Bij mantra.
Everybody, every element has bija mantra. All the 5. So the fire, when we clean the yagya mandap, that yagya kund, and then before setting fire, we have to write bija mantra. Ram is the bija mantra of seed of fire. In this way, all the 5 elements have different bija mantras. Manas puja mein, don't you do? Bam akasa akas tattvatmane namah. Ram agni tattvatmane namah. In this way, all the seed forms we chant. They are जिस तरह हर एक के फल स्वभावतः विरेचन रूप कार्य करते हैं, यानी दस्त पैदा करते हैं। हर्रे मतलब हरड़, उसको हर्रे भी कहते हैं। हरड़ ए पर्टिकुलर fruit which is taken as medicine, हर्रे। जैसे हर्रे के फल स्वभावतः विरेचन कार्य करते हैं, इट्स नेचर इज टू थ्रो आउट इट। हाँ, the hard fruit, its nature is to throw out. So when you eat it, it throws out the cough from the body, and it creates also patches, diarrhea, both way, upward and downward. It throws out all the garbage from the body. Its nature is to push out. Similarly, वायु, अग्नि, पृथ्वी, जल आदि के बीज रूप य, र, ल, व आदि मंत्रों के वर्ग भी मांत्रिक भावना के वश से नाड़ियों में रोगाकार परिणत नरसों का निस्तारण, पाचन आदि कार्य करते हैं. This point we have to understand how the mantra cures the diseases. When we chant ya, anywhere, of course, the sound is created from anahat, from heart, and slowly in 4 phases it comes out of the mouth, lips, and we hear the audible sound, that is whatever we can perceive by our ear. So it starts from the heart. Why? Heart is a balanced state. Heart is known as the sky, and sound is created in the sky. Sky is itself sound. So from the heart the sound is created, and when it expands, it goes out, projects out slowly by the nerve system. This sound gets grossified, and in 4 phases, 4 phases means it is not exact phase, in a slow process it gets grossified. When it comes to the throat and comes to the mouth, it becomes more gross. When it dashes against the teeth, the palate and the tongue and the lips, naturally it will be gross, and then it comes out, then it becomes vaikhari, which is audible. Before that, upanshu, without opening the mouth, we hear the sound by ourselves, that is upanshu or madhyama, then pashyanti, then para, the subtlemost form of the sound. In this way, all these bija mantras are created, and then ya is the form of the sound created by the air.
That is from heart to throat, then
yes, everywhere it is, everywhere. Ya, Ra, I told you, it is the bija mantra of fire. La is the bija mantra of water. Va is the bija mantra of earth. यर अलब आदि मंत्रों के वर्ण भी मांत्रिक भावना के वश में. Bhavana, when we think something, that is also create a vibratory system in the brain, very subtle, and then that those vibrations get grossified, and then they are called thought waves. And before thought waves, all those will be intellectual waves. Intellect also, in some form it is very subtlemost, slowly subtler, slowly subtle, and then become gross, then it is called thought waves. The subtlemost thought waves are called all these intuition or all these feelings or our emotions, or we can say intuition, etc. All these faith, devotion, all these type of different subtle vibrations in the brain cells, in the mind. So these bijaksharas, the seed form of the sound, they have got vibration, they are vibrations only. And they, when they are created, they also, when one vibration is created, it will go all round, akhanda mandalakaram, all the directions it will spread out. That is called projecting out, that is called manifestation. So when it expands in all directions, naturally it will also vibrate the body system. Body system is nothing but nerve system. So it will vibrate the nerve system.
And accordingly the
Result will be in the nerve systems. And nerve system does all this work what we have discussed till now. They will supply the sap of the digested food, that is called blood, or slowly it will become different. In this way, that vibratory system of our thoughts, they also have influence or reaction over the whole nerve system of the body. Inside the nerves, outside the nerves also. And that we can experiment now itself. When you create a very big sound, wow! See how the body vibrates. See how the body vibrates, isn't it?
Yeah.
And that's how in pranayam, our pranab is chanted in different ways. And these seed alphabets, bija mantras also, they are of different kinds, and they create different vibrations in the body, and they have influence over the body and mind, both everywhere. Not only in the body, also in the outside everywhere in the atmosphere. And it is, of course, if the Shastras say we don't believe, if the modern scientists say we believe. Nowadays, the modern scientists have seen these vibrations by research. When the Om is chanted, the atmosphere gets purified. And how is the atmosphere disturbed or it is impure? How it gets impure? These vibrations only. When in the atmosphere some unwanted elements are got together, that means in gross form we can say garbage in the atmosphere, then it is called impure. And these vibrations of sound, they drive them out or neutralize. Those vibrations are neutralized by these strong vibrations. Recycling. Recycling. When a strong vibration is created, the weak vibrations get subsided. You are telling something, Swamiji, आप ऐसा बोलते हैं वैसा करते हैं, you are complaining something against me. हाय चुप रहो, ज़्यादा बात नहीं करना, हाय. So you will keep quiet. What happened now? Do research over it. Your little vibrations means weak vibrations. They are subsided by strong vibrations. That's all. This is the inference of our research.
In fact, it is.
So the law, the weaker will be defeated by the stronger ones. This is the natural law applied everywhere, in the vibrations also. These vibrations created by the Bijaksharas, they have very strong effect. Very strong effect. Hrim! How much it creates.
Just
Ah,
build up.
ah, bloom, gleam. All these are Bijaksharas. And there is some Bijakshar. Some great mantra yogi said, without taking bath, without being pure health-wise, means physically and mentally, don't chant this mantra, it will create a negative effect also.
That is why
If it is not chanted properly, means if the vibrations are not created properly, then what will happen?
negative.
Negative vibrations will be created, just as if